It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome to another live Chelsea show, live Chelsea news. You can call it the Blue Morning Show because we're still struggling with the timing because this was supposed to be the Blue Morning Show. But despite the way, we have news items lined up to talk about, quite a lot. We will talk about Niko Williams being linked with the move to Chelsea Football Club once again. And then we'll talk about Sancho. The news hasn't gone away, still there. We'll talk about Todd Boehly's interview, the stadium fans' opinion with regards to what they want the club to do in terms of building a new stadium. But more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. Once again, I appreciate you all for finding the time to join me for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're doing well. Sorry for still calling it that. We get started. I will switch to the presentation window without wasting much of your time in a bit. And Kimbo Wack K888506 keep a Sancho. I want the club to keep him, but the way I see it, the club, if they want to keep him, if they want to let him go, up to them. But I think he's a good player. He will be an important member of our squad come next season, even for the rest of the season, this current season. He's a good player, represents good business given that he's English. If we sign him, if in the future things don't work out, we can sell him for nearly twice, or if not 3 times how much we paid for him. But I think the news will still be out there. The fact that there's a clause that if we want, we'll pay around £5 million to opt out of the deal, opt out of the deal of and not sign them on a permanent, so to speak. But despite the way, I'm not going to waste much of your time. I'm going to move to the presentation window so we can start addressing the items we have lined up. So once again, if the club decides to keep Sancho, I'm all for it. Decide to let him go, fine by me. He's experienced. He's a good player. He hasn't done badly since he joined us, in my opinion. He's done relatively well. But I know a lot of people think otherwise and wants the club to send him back. But despite the way, let Sancho walk alone to United. I don't think that happened for reasons I've explained 1,000 times. But we'll get to the Sancho topic in a bit so we can talk about it. When we get to it, let's address the items we have one by one. A few news items, then we get to talking about Todd Boehly responses to interview questions. Interesting reaction from the fan base. Some are sounding as if they don't want us to move from Stamford Bridge. Some actually, you could argue from what they're saying, you'd conclude that they actually do want the club to fail, unfortunately. And I'm sorry, some of them are actually my friend. But when you see such things, man, I am entitled to my opinion, which I've taken my time to look at. Some of them just want the club to fail because they hate these our current owners that much. unfortunately. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We did not pay loan fee, so 5 million penalty is fine. Along with that, we paid half of his salary. Even at that, it still represents good business. I think the only issue, the only thing that could lead for Chelsea not to push to sign him on a permanent would definitely be his salary. Yeah, because he was earning some ridiculous fee at Manchester United. And once again, I'm going to repeat myself. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but it's a fact. Sancho represents good business given that he's English and he's also, more importantly, a good player. Should we decide next season that, yeah, we don't want to keep him, we can get 3 times as much as the money we're paying for him, if that makes sense. The only reason we'd end up not keeping him would be his salary. Sancho is high on salary. CFC, anyway, will never pay that high salary of 250K a week. And it may CFC tactic to bring down Sancho's salary, demand, or else I will send you back. If he really wants to stay, he'll accept he will definitely accept a pay cut. But despite it, let's move on. Let's start addressing the items we have lined up, and for each one, I want to get your opinion. I want to hear what you think about the news. This particular news here talks about Chelsea are set to face Costa Rican outfit how do you pronounce that? Alajuelense, who are set to replace Mexican outfit Leon in the FIFA Club World Cup. I don't know this club. Maybe I've heard about this club in particular, but I don't know anything about them. And why the Mexican side is will not be participating in the competition is something I haven't heard anything about. But give me 1 second. Let me share the links to help to call on more people to come join the show. So let us know what else. To me, nothing serious there. I don't know the club. Yeah, what outfit? As you can see, most people don't know. This guy here is asking what outfit. I know he meant. We're winning the Club World Cup. It's not a given. There are big other stronger teams there. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping, but I like the spirit. Give me 1 second. I'll get back to you in a bit. Let me take care of something quickly. And this is the Napoli president, De Laurentiis, a very difficult man to deal with. I remember he's saying, I think something to the effect of, even if Koulibaly had just 1 month left on his contract at the time, that he's he's gonna ask for top money for him. Very, very difficult man, a shrewd businessman, you could call him that. So this reads, Olerio De Laurentiis has warned his intermediaries Victor Osimhen will be sold to the highest bidder. Boom, there you go. It's not going to be easy. He wants big money, and when he says as such, he's not backing down. If you know his history, with a release clause set at 75 million euros applicable only to foreign clubs, the Napoli president has already called upon the best agents on the market to quickly resolve this thorny indeed, or how do you pronounce that? Like a thorny maybe, thorny issue. He's not going to come cheap. To me, that clearly shows that we're probably not going to, maybe we'd still push to sign him, I don't know. But the fact that he's open to selling him to the highest bidder, if we end up competing with the Saudis, is gone. And I still think this brother never wanted to come to Chelsea. Sorry, I'll repeat myself on that again. He probably was using us to milk the Saudis, and the Saudis realized that was the case. And also De Laurentiis moving the goalposts, because if he really wanted to join us at the time, why was he entertaining the offer from the Saudis that even had an agreement in place, and he requested for an adjustment, which they were in the process of making, then decided that they'd be better off signing Ivan Toney. So here's the thing. I've taken my mind off of him, and I have reasons. I've explained to people reasons that I don't think we should sign him. But do I think he's a good striker? Yeah, an excellent striker. Stereotypical number 9, traditional number 9, one of the best in the world actually, and he's performed across multiple leagues. But there are other factors to consider. And one of the things that I haven't talked about late that I actually explained that a few months ago. I think we're not at that level where if we lose two of our top strikers, and Nicholas Jackson and Victor Osimhen, should we sign him to AFCON, we'd struggle to cope. Look at, in the absence of Nicholas Jackson alone, how we've struggled. So, but there are reasons, solid reasons, in my opinion, that I've argued and explained to people that it just wouldn't make sense to sign Victor Osimhen for Chelsea right now. But let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's hear your thoughts on what De Laurentiis has said. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, we did not. Okay, I think I've read that. And this here reads, why will he cut his salary because of Chelsea? I don't think. Onyisi, chairman Ndogudai. I don't know if he really wants to. I mean, if it's not looking to go back to Manchester United, and if indeed he's happy living in London, as you've said, uh, maybe he'd do that, and then with an agreement for an increase if he performs. Because we these days don't pay players, the sort of salary we offer is not the sort of salary where you sit on the bench, whether you're playing or not, whether you're underperforming or not, you earn an equal amount of money week in, week out. This time you earn, you that is, you work for what you earn. That's the most, you say the most, the simplest way to explain our current salary, the sort of salary we offer to players these days. Highly incentivized, driven by your performance. If you don't perform, you don't earn. It's really that simple. But let's talk about Osimhen. We're gonna look at some comments there, see what the fans has to say with De Laurentiis' comment. I think I'd say now we'll probably be seeing a lot of fans saying, "Yeah, that's it. We're not gonna sign him," because the belief is that we don't pay a lot for players these days. Just give me 1 second. I don't think Osimhen ends up coming to Chelsea. It just doesn't make sense for multitude of reasons. We offer highly incentivized salary these days, and yeah, I think that's a huge stumbling block. You don't want to sign him and make an exception for him, and you're going to create a lot of issues. Which means when it's time, I know it probably takes a while. It will take a while, but players could start pushing to leave if they feel like they're performing at the highest level and you're still not paying them enough. But that's by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Sorry I had to delete the stream on X because we had a misspelling. So I don't like that at all. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Oh gosh, I can't spell this morning. Okay, there you go. One second. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. It's 12:54 p.m. CST. Yep, that's my time zone right now. No longer the Las Vegas time. What else do we have here? But you've heard my explanation, Onishi. As for sources, CFC to Osimhen is now in cold water after last summer, and I'm quite sure you've heard me argue that I honestly one bit did not believe that Osimhen wanted to join Chelsea last summer, and my argument at the time, and I still stand by it, was that he was trying to use our interest in him to get the most money he can from the Saudis. And the South, even the Napoli president at the same time was doing the same thing. He had already agreed on a fee, then but he realized, yeah, they can pay more. He moved the goalpost. That's one thing. The Saudis were actually willing to meet Osimhen's demands, but the delay was from De Laurentiis, leading to the Saudis realizing that Ivan Toney wouldn't be a bad signing for them, and they went for him. So overall, my argument right there is that Osimhen wanted to milk the Saudis, and it backfired spectacularly. That's just my opinion. He's a Benin boy, a Nigerian. Let me just stick with Nigeria so I don't misquote where he's from. Again, specifically in Nigeria. New owners learned from new owners. Yep, they learned from Lukaku's deal and salary that how difficult to move to move people on a high salary. Yep. Why? Listen, when players are on a certain measure of salary, when they switch clubs, they usually seek pay rise. Again, in rare situations, do players accept to move? Younger players, they don't mind taking a pay cut with an agreement that if they start performing, they'll earn as much as they're currently earning in their current club, or sometimes just because they want to go where they get to play and then get a chance to represent their countries. But in the case of players like Lukaku, Lukaku is just one name. We had Lukaku. We still have Ben Chilwell. We still have Raheem Sterling. If you've researched his own case, to pay him off, we'd have to pay him something close to 70 million pounds. So yeah, I think they've learned. Even the interview he granted a few was it 2 months ago or so, he did say something to the effect of that reflects their intent not to risk too much in terms of how much they pay player, and something to that effect. I can't quite remember how he phrased it. But Heston, the point is, yeah, they've learned a lot. We as Chelsea, we're still stuck with Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, and those are players they have nothing to lose. I don't think Ben Chilwell, even with Thomas Tuchel at the helm, I don't think he'd be too eager to say to earn a starting place for England. That's because he earns quite a lot in terms of money. And the truth remains, it's business for everybody, all parties involved, whether the club and the players, and everything. First and foremost, is to earn a living. So they earn a lot of money, and at their age, not eager to impress anybody in terms of representing their country. They're willing to sit it out. And if you remember the sort of briefs, or maybe whatever you want to call it, that were coming out from Starlin's camp, even before the club said anything, even before the manager revealed that, yeah, Sterling, he has no future at the club. We started hearing a lot from Raheem Sterling's camp, saying something to the effect of Sterling isn't looking to leave. His intent is to remain at the club and help the club achieve a lot of yada yada yada. We at the time, a lot of people that understood the situation realized that, yeah, he wants to push the club to an extent where they say, okay, how much would you like us to pay you to leave? Which I don't think the club would pay him anything close to 50, let alone something close to 60, and not of 60 million pounds, which is the amount calculated to be what the club would need to pay him off. So never easy, honestly, never easy. It's a very, very what's the language I'm looking for? Complicated situation with Raheem Sterling, even Ben Chilwell. I'm not quite sure how long he has left on his current contract. Let's see what people has to say here. Osimhen is either going to Manchester United or Chelsea. I don't see any other top flight club. I'd say priority probably would be Saudi Arabia. He's not getting any younger, and the Saudis, they're learning. If they try to sign you and it doesn't work out, they hardly come. You'd be exceptionally good for them to come back for you again. And I think if they come this time, Osimhen will not hesitate, because that's a lot of money. They nearly actually sealed the deal to sign Victor Boniface. For some reason, they pulled out. Let's see. Chelsea Forever says he has started his nonsense again. A terrible guy. I wouldn't attack his personality. I'm going to say this again. I strongly believe that he wanted to join the Saudis, not us. But it's business for all parties involved. It's not my business if he was trying to make the Saudis, if indeed, as I believed he was, to make the Saudis and it backfired. Not my business. It's just he works. He's the one that's doing the running on the pitch and scoring the goals. So let him use the talent to earn what he wants. That's the CEO of Chelsea FC, Jingles. Nice to see you, bro. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. And once again, Nightbot not works, so if you trigger the command, it will listen to you. Jabulani Zumalo says Kachula Chelsea must sign Victor Osimhen, Delap, and Sesko to sharpen our front line to assist Jackson. Osimhen is very complicated to sign and maintain. All of them are actually. Yeah, as long as it's it's a deal breaker for them, for the club looking to sign them, not to be part of the next edition of the Champions League. then it's that makes it a bit complicated. I don't see any of them forfeiting Champions League football as long as there aren't shortage of interested parties in clubs that want to sign them. I think it would be difficult to convince them to join us if we don't finish in the top four or finish in a position where we'd be certain that we're going to participate in the next edition of the Champions League. If we cannot do that, it makes it complicated, which means we'd have to make up for the lack of Champions League football somewhere else, which is usually promising the players more salary than other clubs are offering, which sometimes don't even work for younger players, if that makes sense. But that's, by the way, who's going to tell him? Tell who? I like that comment there, but yeah, I have to decipher what he's trying to say. From we won a seller for less than 150 million to highest bidder. De Laurentiis, I wasn't surprised when I saw, knowing De Laurentiis, I wasn't surprised when I saw that report. And I did, when we addressed the report, I did mention when they were on the verge of selling a Koulibaly, he did say something to the effect of even if he has just a month left on his current contract, he's not gonna budge, he's not gonna, you can say, change his asking price at the time. If Chelsea they should double serious this time. I don't think Osimhen comes to Chelsea. I'd be shocked if it does. I have my reasons. Osimhen should go to Liverpool, not United. Let's see anything else Chelsea can do. The funniest, yeah, SHIT, according to this brother here, ever by signing him to Strasbourg and buying him from there. I'm not sure what to make of that one. And say this club should rest. I beg. What sort of greed is this? No greed in signing a striker. If we're talking about another midfielder, then I'd call it greed. Go for him instead. I've said this before. I'm not sure. I haven't seen what a lot of people have seen in Liam Delap, that they're pushing for the club to sign him rather than other attacking players that we're linked with. So let's move on from this one to the next item we have lined up here. I think we've addressed the second one. The third one, Dean. Dean, if you know this player and very well, I don't know him well. I've seen him play. I know he's excellent. He looks cool, calm, collected on the ball. He looks an intelligent player, but I need to watch him more. If you know him, Dean Huijsen. Is that how you pronounce his last name, Dean Huijsen? I want to hear from you because it says that Real Madrid are now moving forward with the Dean Huijsen file. Although Chelsea has already made inquiries, the central defender has decided to leave England this summer. Again, when I don't think we, you know, it'd be difficult to actually win the battle of convince him to sign for us and not Real Madrid. Honestly, right now, given where we're at, to be honest, I was, but never say never. I didn't know we were going to be able to sign Coenda. Yep. But we got him, and he's a most talented wingers, up and coming wingers, or emerging wingers. But we were able to pull off that deal, even though Manchester United wanted him, and his boss, former boss, wanted to sign him for Manchester United, but he chose us. Josh is as good as him. You play just he will get us some same hype. If he leaves and starts playing for another club, as long as he's at Chelsea, I think even the carbon sections also won't respect him that much. I know usually the accusation is that they're quick to accuse others, but they will be actually be pushing for the club to sign Dean. But when we do, and if that leads to the club deciding, you know what, since we have Dean, he's more experienced, he's played more first in football, I think it makes sense. It only makes sense for us to send Josh out on loan. They'd be the first to also start complaining, if that makes sense. But let's hear your thoughts. And the Demonat is saying I really wanted Chelsea to sign Dean Huijsen in January because we aren't beating the clubs like Madrid to sign him. It will never happen right now. Champions League football is a serious factor, even though some players will not come out and say it in the open, but yeah, they will almost always look to. yeah, look to sign for clubs that offers Champions League football. We would have had to pay more, but we would get him. But here's the thing. We have Anselmino, we have Sa, the kid we signed, and also Josh. Josh is also an elegant defender. He's calm on the ball, an intelligent player too. All he needs is to accord him, or maybe afford him. I'm not sure what was what the most correct language to use there. The game time, start him, give him, take the risk. But I think we have the luxury to take the risk with a young player as just right now? I'd say no, unfortunately, because yeah, we are where we are right now. We do need to win the rest of our games. The rest of our games are in the Premier League to make it into top four. Also, we want to win the Conference League. And Josh, we've seen him play on two occasions. You could see it was easy to see that yeah he was that he's inexperienced, if that makes sense. So unfortunately, I'm not sure what's going to happen. If Josh can be patient, maybe next season he gets to play quite a lot after we play maybe in Europe, or maybe cup games, and gradually become a starter. Badia Shile, the Celeste Chalova should be sold. We've heard also, I think that I did see a list online which included Badia Shile, the Sassi, definitely we've always known. Chalova, I'd say we've always believed he will eventually be sold. Whether that happens, I've seen him survive three how many transfer windows. Now I'm not gonna bet on him getting sold. Should be sold before Josh. I probably, yeah, because at his age, at Chaloba's age, he should be a much better defender. He shouldn't be making this sort of you can say the type of mistakes we've seen him. We did see him make at Crystal Palace on loan, and even when he returned, he made a few primary school level mistakes. At this age, he shouldn't be making such mistakes. So I'd say, yeah, because Josh is still maturing and has the potential to become a much better defender than Chalobah. I'd say, yeah, let's stick with it. So let's see what people has to say here. Any comments there? Mickey John is saying, I understand why Madrid will be attracted to him. There's clearly a chance. There's clearly a chance with Ridiger and Alaba aged. He has a clear path there, and he would want to cement his place in the Spanish national team. Madrid makes the best option for him. Well, let's move on. He hasn't signed for Madrid yet. But it's looking like eventually it will be Madrid. And given what this my friend here explained, yeah, clear path at Madrid. At Chelsea, not too certain, because we still have a few defenders that you could argue probably will be starting over him. Yeah, given the managers, what we've seen as clear as then the manager's preference has been as clear as day. Yeah, people are already giving up, saying, "Yeah, we're lost. We lost that one." It's really easy to understand why. I'd be shocked if we're able to get that deal over the line. Chelsea kind of prefer Guehi because he can play both right centre back, left centre back. If not, they would have wrapped up that deal. I think maybe that makes sense. We just weren't that serious that summer with, and we're quoting that ridiculous price. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. What else do we have here? The Sancho news just will not go away. But even I'm still going to read this. I still think he remains at Chelsea for reasons I've explained, but we'll get to talk about that again because yeah, we have it on the screen. So this reads that Chelsea are expected to sign Jadon Sancho permanently in the summer, despite the emergence of a get out of clause existing in the deal. So people just learned about the exit clause. You can call it that. You can call it that. That's why they've taken it and they're running with it. There are a lot of perspective out there. Some are saying Chelsea are looking actually not to sign him and pay the fee. Some are suggesting that Chelsea that were better off paying that fee and letting him return to Manchester United. I've seen one report that suggests, yeah, we're definitely not keeping him. But this is, I've heard Fabrizio Romano say we're not looking to do that. He likes Chelsea and Chelsea likes him. A good relationship of, for lack of a more specific or maybe relatable term, there. So now this is from Sky Sports News. They're saying Chelsea are still expected to sign Jadon Sancho permanently in the summer, despite the emergence of a get out clause existing in the deal. It's really common sense. We've talked about this a billion times now, especially me, even without realizing that a clause, that an exit clause does exist in the deal. I've told people, and I think Dante he has also told did also discuss that at length and told people he represents good business. That Sancho represents good business, common sense. He's English. He's a good footballer, irrespective of whether you believe he's done well so far at Chelsea or not. He's English. He's a good footballer, and the manager likes him. The club likes him. Those are just extras, but the most important thing there, is that he represents good business, which comes with him being English and being a good footballer. So, and these days, the landscape of things have changed from a financial perspective in football. You have to also, again, we need to also balance the book. So we will keep him. If come next season it doesn't work out, we can sell him for twice as much as the money we're paying for him. Just as, for instance, we signed Joao Felix. Not we signed Joao Felix not necessarily because we needed more players at the time. We needed his, you could say, his profile of player at the time, but it was an opportunity. So, which was why I've always called him an opportunistic signing. I can't pronounce that word correctly. Sorry, but even though I like him as a player, there's still an excellent player in there. But for one reason or the other, he's you can say he hasn't he's not settled down for a while now, and I think there'd be a solid argument that there's a pattern to his behavior at whatever club he finds himself in, unfortunately. And I cannot stop laughing whenever I remember the insult from the Italian journalist who said something to the effect of the Joao Felix is as handsome as he's useless. Um, I, I feel like fighting on his behalf for that particular comment. But despite the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We have 30 likes. Only 11 of those 30 of people following the show. Only 11 of those on YouTube. The rest on X, probably shared between X and no, the rest on Facebook, because I deleted the show from X. I don't know if it's still streaming on X, because I did find a misspelling of the word striker. Let's see what Jabulani is saying here. Højsen Christensen of Denmark are good additions to strengthen the Chelsea backline. Christensen, are you talking about which of the Christensen? The Danish Maldini? I don't think Chelsea fans will welcome him. He abandoned us when we needed him the most. He left us, and he did say something to the effect of at Chelsea they'd still see him as that academy kid and not respect him. Release Chilwell, Badiashile. Yeah, we may well end up releasing Chilwell. Yep, because I don't see if he's. I don't think he'd be in a rush to leave. He gets paid. And they will always tell you, yeah, if he gets the opportunity, he'd play. Ben Chilwell, Badiashile, this is Dacho Fofana. Yeah, definitely would be sold. Broya would be sold. Felix may, chances are he'd remain at the club because he's a good player in there. Nkunku, you could argue probably, yeah, he's gonna leave. Whereas there, Starling not gonna be easy to sell. Sanchez, chances are he'd still be our number one goalkeeper come next season. I don't want to bet a buck for that. Suspect for flair players like Felix. No, not exactly. I like good players. I like players who can entertain at the same time and play objectively. Because if the focus if it's entertainment, then yeah, that's all you do. But in the case of Felix, he has a lot more. He can entertain, but at the same time, he can be productive on the pitch. It depends on how you use him. I think eventually at one point, he will again, he will blow up. He's always been there. Remember, he's still just 24, at most 25. Correct me if I'm wrong. But because he emerged onto again, emerged onto the big scene, maybe a big stage, at a very young age, without, you could say, without confirming his age, you'd think that he'd be close to 30 or maybe in his early 30s, because yeah, you've been hearing his name since 1942. Just like Callum Hudson-Odoi, as a lot of people, I think some people would tell you he's close to 30 right now. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. RS is saying, I think if Joao Felix was not good looking, he would be playing in the second division. He's an excellent player. No taking away that from him, but something is missing from his game, and unfortunately, I've joined one of those arguing that something isn't quite right, because there's a pattern now. He did fall out with Diego Simoni at Barcelona, even though he did well for them. They opted not to keep him. But again, with the case of Barcelona, you could argue his salary was an issue. I don't know. I don't believe that. Or maybe Atletico Madrid's asking price at the time was the reason why they opted not to keep him. But they had the option to actually keep him on loan for one more season. I think I remember they took him off their website, put him back on. Probably they were at the time contemplating on what to do, given how much they'd have to pay and all that. Then he came to Chelsea. Yeah, I think he probably wasn't happy. You could argue his push to join AC Milan on loan, and after joining AC Milan, did say something that suggests he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea again until he got insulted. Um, I'm not sure what to make of his situation. So if anybody argues something isn't quite right, I mean, it only makes sense to believe that person, because that's a pattern to how he leaves clubs right now. Big up to you too, Mabaso5. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Chelsea will be cooking wickedly with Casado, Esugo, Palma, Cuenda, Santos, Estavo, Enzo, Lavia, Neto. Did you miss Pies? Did I see Pies anywhere? I haven't seen Pies. Madueke, Sancho in the oncoming seasons, except if Madueke is guaranteed a regular starting place, I think he's going to leave. Imagine Isugo becoming the next Raul Meireles of Chelsea Football Club. I think he's more probably going to be he's more physical than Raul was. Raul Meireles wasn't the most physical, but he was a good player. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And more importantly, if you're a member of the community and it's your birthday today, or you have a family member who is celebrating their birthday, let us know. We will celebrate that person with you. Would you take Federico Gatti at Chelsea, the Italian CB who plays for Juventus? Honestly, I'm not going to pretend I know him well enough to suggest. I think this is probably, again, I don't know him. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend. I don't like gaslighting people. So let's see what else you have here. Let's move on. What are Chelsea fans saying on the Sancho? Mazi Olisa, yeah, that's an evil man there saying, Chelsea, please do not be insane. Let this lad go. A lot of people don't like him. And then X is saying, Mr. X is saying, fake news. He will leave. I think he stays for reasons I've explained, but I'm not going to go to that place again. And the Sabi boy, Nigerian, definitely, or Ghanaian, or one of those West African countries where they speak pidgin English. Chelsea signing Sancho permanently now. Just when I thought we were done being a retirement home for United flops. Sancho isn't a flop, actually. I think we're reading too much into it. And you could say, perception of Sancho, you could argue some of the Chelsea fans' perception of Sancho, or perception of Sancho is driven by the negative comments that the Manchester United fans pushed when we signed him, and when we struggle, and when he struggled a bit, they push it even more. So that subconsciously is what is driving the Chelsea most Chelsea fans' perception of Jadon Sancho, if you get that. But that's a small opinion anyway. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I mean, the young Christensen who currently plays left back for Denmark. So not okay. Not the Christensen who walked out on us. Yeah, that one I don't think Chelsea fans will welcome him back. Anything else here? I think it makes business sense, as I've said. I think this argument aligns with my argument. That is 20 million to keep him, 5 million to send him back. If you believe his value is 20 million, then you can resell. Yeah, he represents good business. It's really that simple. I think he ends up staying. Good news, he will come good for us. That's my belief. I get it. He represents good business, but I think he will come good. And he's proven that, yeah, he can do much better. We should learn from KDB and Mo Salah issues. I think that's a bit too far. We're too quick to discard them. That's a bit too far. I think we've read enough comment from this particular item here. We move to the next one. I don't believe this one. This one is another horse dung. For multitude of reasons, the only area where we'd spend the sort of money that I believe it will take to sign Niko Williams will be to sign a striker. We have wingers. I think enough wingers should argue. I get it. Rumors are that we're looking for wingers to be given the complicated Mihailo Mudryk situation. You could say not so complicated, because if we're looking for a replacement, it definitely means, yeah, he's going to be banned for a while, and the club will not. We cannot wait. We move on. Yes, Gatti, the jersey number 4 of Juventus is also good, and he can fit well at the Chelsea back line. Let's see what else we have here. So let's read the comments on this one. Let's see what people have to say about Niko Williams to Chelsea rumors. Sign Osimhen, that is it. This will break the internet, but it's not going to happen. I don't believe it. Niko Williams, Parma, Estevo behind Gyökeres next season. Source, tribal football. Yeah. I remember I clicked through one of their news items, reports on Facebook. Since then, it kept coming up until I blocked them. We are not paying Niko Williams 300k a week. I am not sure why we keep getting linked. Houston, it's easy. We're Chelsea, and we bring the clicks. For lack of a more relatable term, I think that's the most relatable term. We bring the clicks for the Junos tweet, ex-Junos, if you prefer. So they know what we need. They know players we've been linked with, and they know how vulnerable we are right now, and they are actively exploiting our vulnerabilities, if you get that. Niko Williams, Palmer, it's not going to happen. That would be great. It's not going to happen. High salary and not enough goal and assist. The blue pulse won't happen. And actually, he's actually not performed that well since the Euros. You correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think this happens, but you see how people are sulking up to it. It's never going to happen for multitude of reasons. His salary, and I think his preferred option will be to join Barcelona, which we've been hearing since last summer transfer window. I think he will eventually join them. Yeah. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Any other interesting comment on this particular report? Nothing serious. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. It's 1:25 p.m. CST. So we're going to go listen to what Todd Boehly has to say. After reading each one, you let me know what you think about it. The first item here, I don't want to try expanding it. If I do, it could lead it could lead to the system slowing down, and I don't want that to happen. So Todd Boehly here says, one of the frustrating things as Chelsea owner is that the Premier League has become so competitive But one of the great things about being in the Premier League is that it's gotten so competitive. So the depth and the quality of the teams are going unlike any other. I think I read that one before. Any other league in the world. So they understand we need some of the best players in the world to yeah to win things in the Premier League. I'm not going to be expanding this. I think we'll read the first lines and everything. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 10 likes. We have a total of 32 people following the show. 12 of those on YouTube and the rest on X. Coach Sancho has to improve, bro, or we send him back. He needs to learn to take his man on. He can take his man on. He can. He's actually one of the most productive dribblers we have. You could argue his reluctance is down to the manager's approach to some extent, where if you're not sure, you can complete the dribble, just release the ball, maybe. But when there's space, do your thing. But he's actually done well, in my opinion. He's not been exceptional because he did struggle in a few games. But yeah, I'm not too concerned. I taught Boehly on stadium development. We have 16 to 20 years to figure out. Obviously, inside of London, it's a really but it's not as if we're building something in the middle of a rural environment. I don't want to get into that. I'm going to see if there's anything new here. I think Boehly wants a modern stadium. He does, yep. That can host other events like the Bernabeu or the sports stadium. And unfortunately, redeveloping Stamford Bridge doesn't offer that. And even more unfortunate, unfortunate, unfortunate is the fact that the Chelsea pitch owners don't want to go anywhere, and they they are, you can say, they don't like the owners either. So if forcing them to stay at the bridge is a way they feel like can get them, you can say, to get frustrated and decide to sell the club, they're gonna do that, and I think they're doing that right now, because rumors are they're not looking to move. Yeah, on Chelsea ownership struggle, we have to think about long term. What we are trying to accomplish. We have a big stadium development opportunity that we have to flush out, and I think that's going to be where we either aligned or we ultimately decide to go our separate ways. It's easy to figure out how that particular. I think they will. If anything, one of them goes, the other remains. But who goes? I don't see any of them agreeing to sell. The only thing I think they might end up, they could again. Chances are they buy out the wise guy. How do you pronounce his name? The Swiss guy, and all that's the not so big shareholders buy them off. You can say, to make it even easier to come to a conclusion on what they want to do. But I'm not sure what that's going to be. Irrespective of what happens, for me, I'd rather uh, we leave our current ground and go to where we find enough space to build a state of the art stadium with more capacity, which will lead to more income for the club. Because right now we don't make nearly close as much as many Premier League clubs during match days, even mid-table and bottom-table teams, unfortunately. But it's a complicated situation. Let's see what else you have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We've moved on from the Sancho conversation. You've written that, and I've read it. Sancho has now until the end of the season to prove people wrong. I think I don't need to see more. If when you know a good player, you know a good player. Um, yeah, and he has performed. And when he struggle, it's usually when when the team, again, as the players as a whole on the team struggle. His struggles aren't in isolation. He's struggled when Palmer struggled in games, other players struggled in games. And those struggles in question are struggles we experienced in games where you can say we lost actually. Uh, one or two might have ended in a draw. So I don't listen. There's a way. I don't see players just on a surface level. When I defend a player, there's something there. which is why I defended Cucurella when everybody was calling sell him, and which is why I'm still defending Enzo Fernandez when some people think once what's his name comes back from Strasbourg that he's gone. So listen, we're not, we're, I don't defend players for the sake of it. I defend players if that I understand, if that makes sense. But I think you know me well enough. You just want to wind me or so. Let's see if there's anything else you want to talk here. Discuss here. Todd Boehly comments suggest the stadium project could decide the fate of Chelsea ownership. I think that doesn't make. Maybe if he intends to back out, if his plans for the stadium differ with that of Claire Lake, where he wants to go elsewhere and build, or where he wants the club to build a stadium where that be able, you can say that capable of hosting other sporting events and not just a football. And Claire Lake and Co don't want that. And Claire Lake doesn't want that. So if he sounded like this, it simply means probably he's deciding yeah, if that's not gonna work out, that he's gonna, you can say, pull out of the ownership, and go his way. Todd Boehly and Chelsea, if you look at the evolution of the team, we have been aligned on what we are trying to build. It's a team that's young, a team that's got long contracts, and all those things were new. If you follow that, it's actually happening, and don't follow. I don't want to stretch it, but Heston, it's a long term thing, and gradually, I think the signs are good. But as I've always told people, the path taken requires patience. The question is whether Chelsea fans will be patient for things to materialize properly. Some will, some that understand, yeah, this is exactly what the owners are trying to do, but some that don't will never be patient enough. And I've seen one of the guys uh, after watching the interview, what he got from the interview was that Todd Boehly doesn't want to win. They don't want to win anything. They just want business. How that made sense to him, and he decided to post it on X, I just don't understand. Uh, because it doesn't make any sort of sense. And I told him maybe you need the MI6 to go help you decipher the interview so you understand what Todd Boehly means by, yeah, winning something to the effect of it's not just about winning one time or twice. It's about something to the effect of what he means. My interpretation of what he said: dominating for years. Yeah. But that's by the way. Let's see what else we have here. It's encouraging to hear Bali. It's tough in the EPL, hence admitting, yeah, that we have paid our school fees through the painful experience which have strengthened us as a whole Chelsea family. Houston, the fact that he recognizes how difficult, how tight and difficult the Premier League has become, which means he knows we need to sign quality players to win it. It's simple, really. And I'm going to keep telling people these guys did not become billionaires by being stupid. Have they made mistakes? Yeah, absolutely. I can name a few, but I'm done naming a few of their mistakes. So a few news items. It looks like a few news items emerged here. Reece James starts for England against Latvia, while Cowell remains on the bench. I think. Let me see when that game starts. Okay, we're getting closer. I think we should. I want us to stop and watch that game. Ryan Chucky, one player that I wanted Chelsea to sign, but there were, you can say, rumors about his attitude, and I was telling people, the sort of player he is. Yeah, that territory comes with attitude. Players that are ridiculously good they usually do have one attitude or the other. And I mean, I wouldn't mind Chucky, irrespective of what people say about his attitude. I think at the time maybe the asking price was a bit too much, or we felt like we had players in that position and didn't need him. But right now, a lot of Chelsea fans are realizing how good of a player he is, and he's going to come cheaper than what the price, the asking price at the time. Jadon Sancho in training today, good for him. Thomas Tuchel, the England head coach, is expected to name Chelsea captain Reece James, and it's already we've heard that Reece James is starting. But that's by the way, Bobby, big up and thank you for finding the time to join me on the panel. We have a few items that we've talked about here. Let's go back a bit. Which one is this? The Club World Cup news, a new team that we have to face. And which one is this one here? De Laurentiis, the Napoli president, saying that Olerio De Laurentiis has warned his intermediaries, Victor Osimhen, will be sold to the highest bidder with a release clause set at 75 million euros, applicable only to foreign clubs. The Napoli president has already called upon the biggest agents on the market to quickly resolve this thorny issue. Bobby, any thoughts on that particular report there? But thank you for joining me on the panel. I do hope you're doing well.
Yeah, big up, coach. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Code? Do you have code?
Slightly, but it's more about the background noise that I'm worried about.
No, I think you're fine. Yeah, I think your voice is isolated, so which makes you fine. I can barely hear the noise actually.
Yeah, I mean, we all from the last platform, we concluded that Osimhen will probably go to us to Saudi anyway. So if we're talking about the highest bidder, it will probably come from there, since that seems to be where he's looking at, according to what you're saying. I can see it. You know, he nearly went there the last time, so last summer. So it seems a possibility. What, in terms of news that actually caught my attention more than anything today, is this
Yeah, go ahead.
rumor of Juventus having interest in Sterling. I hope it's true. I really hope it's true. But
I haven't seen that anywhere, but go ahead.
yeah, that's doing the rounds. I've forgotten where I saw it, to be honest. But I think it was on certainly one of the Chelsea journalists put it out there. So if that happens, I mean, even if it's a giveaway, just to get him off the wage bill somehow, and he would like to play there, I'm sure.
Can you
So
elaborate
yeah,
on how when you say giveaway, you mean like I don't know what you mean by giveaway, because he would want to join Juventus.
If that's what I'm saying, even if we pay them to take him, is that what
Well,
I'm saying? If we pay
yeah,
them to
because
take
here's the
him,
thing: we can't force him to go where he doesn't want to go.
no,
We'd
but
have to buy out his contract, which is a huge lump sum,
no, I
which
mean we're
would
not.
be.
Juventus would be somewhere I'm sure he would want to go. So
Is this
that's
news new? Because I haven't seen it. Is it something new?
it's new. It came on my Chelsea app. I'll try and see if I can DM it to you. Because I'm talking to you on my phone, I don't want to do anything that will make me cut off, as it were. So it's there. It is something that's doing the rounds.
Yeah, and also the release clause, I think, is just too much, in my opinion. And you know my argument, and I haven't
Release
changed.
clause,
I've
what?
told people
For Sterling? What are you
Osimhen.
talking about?
No,
Oh,
Osimhen. Sorry,
Osimhen.
in
Oh,
Osimhen
right.
case, I just took you back to Osimhen. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Another one here. What is it? Jadon Sancho. The news is everywhere. I think, as I've told people, the media and the ex Junos, they're just exploiting our vulnerability, knowing that yeah, they figured out that there's a clause, exit clause in his current contract, and they've been, you could say, they've been playing us like fiddle, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
like a fiddle. Yeah.
after all these years, I think we can comfortably say that a lot of the media use Chelsea to sell. They come up with any negative news or what they could think of that can get clickbaits, people to be
Yeah, we
to
bring the
watch them.
clicks.
Yeah, we certainly do, especially Chelsea players. So I don't think anything has been decided or will be decided concerning Jadon Sancho till the summer. And I wouldn't be surprised if he stays because he's young enough to be a sellable asset if that need comes. So I would ignore that. I mean, you even get content creators looking for scandal, looking for something to moan about, and you know, people think that's what sells, and maybe it is. Maybe it doesn't draw attention. I don't know, but the Sancho thing, I'm not taking seriously at all. Not that I'm particularly fussed about it, but I don't see Chelsea taking that route of paying money to send him back to Man United. I don't see it at all.
It just doesn't make business sense. He's a good player.
No.
He's
And
English,
he's a
represents
good
good
squad
business.
player. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And
So should we?
he's not a squad player that would be complaining like your João Felix of this world. He would just come in when you want him to play. So no point, in my opinion.
Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense to pay them 5 million and send them back. Uh, I think he still have a lot to give to Chelsea. I don't see him going back. I think we've seen enough from reputable sources. Sky Sports now says Chelsea still want to keep him, even though there's an exit clause, which will mean us paying them, I think £5 million to let him go. I don't know if you've seen the news with regards the stadium thing. It is
Yes.
concerning really to see some Chelsea fans urging the pitch owners not to allow them move with the name because they
Yes.
don't like
Yeah.
the owners. Because they don't like the owners.
Yeah.
To me, anybody that does that, I think it simply shows they don't care about the progress of the club.
Yeah. I
Anybody
mean,
that's urgent, just
there
because
are.
I've seen, for instance, Helgi, one of my co-hosts here,
Mm,
commented agrees with somebody who says that the Chelsea pitch owners shouldn't allow the move of the stadium because he
mm,
doesn't trust the owners to use the money that they get from a bigger stadium for sporting purposes. How does that even make sense? And Helgi says I agree, probably driven by his hatred of the current owners. It just doesn't make sense. Even if you don't like the owners, if they build a stadium and if they leave tomorrow, are they going to move with the stadium? As big as we are, one of the biggest clubs in England, we have what you can say one of the smallest stadium. There are mid-table teams, Division Two teams that have better stadium than Chelsea, and yet people, because they hate the owners, just are urging the pitch owners to frustrate the life out of the owners.
mm.
That
Yeah. I mean,
aspect. Then, if you want to speak about it from another
there are
perspective, up to you. Go ahead.
there are definitely people, even from when we do these platforms, there are definitely people who support the scandal rather than the club. There are people that are overtly emotional. They want to be stuck in the old days. They don't want to move forward. There's a mixture, and this is the problem with something like a business or an establishment. You must have somebody in control. There must be some element of monopoly. If not, you're having too many cooks. And you know the saying, too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many voices, too many opinions leads to chaos. So what we have with this pitch owner situation is an opportunity of too many opinions. It was a situation that arose to save the club at the time where developers were coming aggressively in the early 90s or late 80s. I can't remember now. It's been a while. but developers were coming um, to basically destroy the club and sell it off. So the fans did the right thing at that time. But now that time has passed and people are still stuck in a time warp. And yet again, there's also a selfish angle. I think some of them will see it as a business opportunity to make money, to force the ownership to give them some sort of buyout, some sort of,
Compensation.
yeah, just like they did to Roman. I mean, Roman was someone that the fans generally liked, but the pitch owners gave
But see,
him.
he wasn't able to get them to, yeah.
Well, I think, contrary to what people have been saying, I think he did reach an agreement with them over Battersea. But it wasn't him. It wasn't their fault that it didn't go through. It was the government. That's again the government coming against
Hmm.
Chelsea. They give West Ham a free stadium and everybody else permission to do things. That I don't want to get into that right now. So this is where we are. The pitch owners would appear to be a stumbling block. However, and I say this emphatically, if Earl's Court becomes a possibility, I think they would be hard pushed to cause any resistance because it is clear progress and it's right next door. And if anybody stands in the way, the club have every right to say, okay, keep your name, we're out of here, and maybe call it Chelsea F.C. or, make some sort of change to the name. And you'll be surprised, even though there would be a split in the fan base, there will be those that will go with the owners and those that will not. And that would be very, very, very sad because the essence of the owners would be Chelsea Football Club. But, that stupidity to hang on to the pitch while the stadium and everything else around you belongs to Bluetho becomes stupid. So I think that would force their hand because it wouldn't make sense. It would force their hand, but you will always have the grumblers. Oh, don't trust Boehly, don't trust Clown Lake, and all that sort of thing. There's some people just can't see the future. They have to stay in the past. And sadly, at Chelsea, we have allowed that by allowing a multiplicity of voices to be contributory to the ownership of the club. But let's see. I think why that undertone is there is because they haven't seen a tempting option. But if a tempting option should arise vis-a-vis your Earl's Court, then definitely I think that they will be under pressure to let it go.
Yeah, again, it's unfortunate that they decided to weaponize that, you could say, privilege. Thanks to them, they did something good. But right now, I think it's just they weaponizing it against the owners. Unfortunately, just
Well,
to
it's a
yes,
counterproductive threat. But
yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
having said that, though, Coach, there hasn't been a viable option. If suddenly they turn around and say, "Oh, we're moving Chelsea Football Club to Scotland," for example, I mean, even I would raise my eyebrows at that. If they turn around and say, "Oh, look, we can't develop, we're moving Chelsea Football Club to Cobham, somewhere in Surrey," I would say that is a viable option. That is a discussion to be had, especially if you see the stadium plans and the elaborate and the benefit to the club. But at the moment, there's nothing on the table. At least Roman had plans on the table. He had an agreement to rebuild Stamford Bridge, and then he had the whole Earl Sport thing. And the Bird's Nest Stadium he came up with for Stamford Bridge, which respected the fact that we couldn't build any higher up, but he went down as far as he was to go. He could go. Remember, building downwards is also a problem because of the tunnel underneath. So the club needs to probably have more lands. Now there has been lands already purchased, but in order to fulfill the kind of project you would need for Chelsea Football Club, they might need to buy even more lands if they're to stay on site. So there's a lot to still be done in that the owners have to show intent. You see what I'm saying? There's no point talking and talking and talking. Of course, the pitch owners will just recite their position. But if you show intent, like Roman did, right, Battersea is available. I want to go there. If I get Battersea, will you support? That's emphatic. And that's difficult for them to resist.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bobby. This Jason Conde suggesting saying that he would definitely have Aaron Ramsdale at Chelsea. That's an improvement, so to speak. Clearly, the goalkeeper situation has been a bit of a disaster. There's been a lot of goals and mistakes. Would you take Ramsdale at Chelsea, Bobby?
He's gonna be quiet now. I don't know who's he with now. Is it Leicester or who's he with now?
No. I think was it Leicester City? What club did he join? I think
He's Leicester.
I
It's
can't quite
Leicester.
remember. Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
think it's I think it's Leicester, and it hasn't done him any favors because of their form. I don't know. You know, is he a goalkeeper for Chelsea? I don't know. It's a very difficult one to really give the okay. The only thing I
Mhm.
will say is that Sanchez clearly is not good enough. He's not good enough, and Ramsdale, because he's less um, error prone, is certainly an upgrade. Is it a good enough upgrade? I don't think so. I think Chelsea should probably go with a higher profile if that's in the in the offing. Sorry, in the offing. But yeah, I think most goalkeepers in the Premier League would be a better option than Sanchez and Jorgensen. I don't think people are being fair to him. He's very young. He's still developing, and I think he is a better goalkeeper
A lot of
already.
us think the same.
Already, but my eye is really on Penders. As much time as is required for Penders to develop, I think we should be eyeing him within the next 2 years or maximum 3 years to be the Chelsea goalkeeper because he has the physique. And I think if it's possible for him to go to Strasbourg, we've got to do that. But having said that, if he goes to Strasbourg, then it means we're going to settle for Petrovic. And I never wanted Petrovic to go. I've always thought he's a much better goalkeeper than Sanchez anyway.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bobby. I don't know anything else you want us to talk about before we call it a day to go watch the England game.
Yeah, I hope Tuchel doesn't play Reece James for 90 minutes. Yeah, you can give him a run out, maybe for the first half, but let him cover him and put him wolf. What is the significance of this game? I can't even remember. What is it? Is it still a World Cup qualifier?
Yeah, I think it's still. Let me check. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but does he need? He doesn't need to overplay Reece James. We've got very good options at right back. So that's my only little concern this evening.
Let me clarify what competition that is.
Probably World Cup. It's not Nations
Um,
League.
Yeah, 1 second, 1 second. It's a lot of mix up there. World Cup qualifiers, that's CAF. World Cup qualifiers, that the French national team for England. Where's England? Yeah, England still World Cup qualifiers, Group C. Yeah, did I
Yeah.
say that correctly? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I think we're rounding up because the England game will start in how many minutes' time? We don't have too much to talk about. We've addressed the news items we have out there. 2:45. That will be in about 50 minutes time. So yeah, thank you so much for joining, Shay, Wendy, and my bro Obum Dalo. Thank you so much for finding the time to at least say hello. I don't want Ramsdale at Chelsea. I don't want to meet that, but I think you understand Bobby's argument. He's a much better goalkeeper than Sanchez, in my opinion. I get it. People will always bring up the argument that he's not good with his feet, but stop the ball from getting into the net first. That's our biggest problem. And concentrate 90 minutes without lapses in concentration or without indecision. Come out halfway and then decide to go back in the middle of it. But that's by the way, Album. Thank you for finding the time to join us. Thank you, Shay, Wendy. I appreciate you. EPL Tough. Always nice to have you here in the Maya Fawale. I appreciate you too. And the Demonat, thank you. Mabasa05. Who else? Zumalo, nice to see you. RS, and the legendary Bobby on the panel with me. I appreciate you. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to bed, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to bed, and there was a strife. You, my heart. challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to life. We love for the team stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, through the dust, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to there, there was a strife.